Hello guys. New video. A bit embarrassing to post, but I gotta keep it transparent. So down 1,000 on the funded. Not too happy about that. But I don't know. Maybe this is just the worst week, but it's kind of embarrassing that I'm not able to have like I'm able to make money, but I'm still grateful that I can still be able to do this. And yeah, let's get into the video. For some reason today, like on Friday, I did not feel that I was the best trader myself. For some reason, I was just taking foolish trades for some reason. I was so firm on trying it, trying to for price to make its move down here to clear before sweeping midnight. Because in my eyes, it was showing weakness to sweep midnight. And once it swept midnight, then we get the actual final move here, which I learned something new is that you have to wait until all the internal has been swept or the external liquidity has been swept, then you should make your move instead of playing in all this like chop and accumulation. And that's my fault, and I will not let that happen next time. This is the practice trade I took. It was it was because I saw we had a strong like I didn't really have an entry, but I just knew that price would hit this because it had a strong like heavy sales pressure down. So that was like the trade I took, but it was like a little trade, nothing too special. But these other trades I actually took, I kept on getting chopped out. Not too happy about that. But I've been watching some YouTube videos on. I'm not trying to switch my model, but maybe I could just add it to my book. Add it to my little like knowledge list on like different models. Because recently I haven't been seeing like and implementing new entries are actually better because I haven't been seeing my entries being hit because for me I wanted to long here but it never got tapped into like which is like the kind of the rejection block order block thing, but which I find myself that it usually happens. It usually reacts off hitting the body of this, but it wasn't on today. But I found myself there was a lot of Alex O, Doji, inversion, and displacement models in the charts today. This one bounced off 10 a.m., reacted nicely, created a doji, put in the doji low, inversed, and you could have had your trade like this, but since is at 1 a.m., it isn't like the best swing move. Plus, when we had all this chop here, so Alex O's model only works best like at 1 minute, but you could probably see because you can see better dojis in the 1 minute. So maybe something like that. 25-point stop. Okay, let's see. Let's calculate the risk. So you'd be risking $144 with 3 contracts to make, let's see, 52 to make 600 300. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. However, you'd probably be holding this for a long time. But we get a nicer reaction here. So we have a doji here. However, I like to pair the dojis with um like when it sweeps something, because when it sweeps any external or like bounces off like the 0.79 level, that's like a stronger confirmation. However, it didn't sweep anything here. I mean, it swept this, but this isn't really considered doji. You can count the inversion, but still, if this was like if it failed to swing this, I want to. The better entry, in my opinion, is it fails. Imagine there's no wick here. It pumps up a little, respects this 1 minute gap here, comes down, takes out this slow plus this slow here, puts in a doji, and we get the inverse there, and then we start pumping. That'd be like the textbook play there for me, but we didn't get that, and we just got the doji here. I mean, it took out liquidity, so if we're bullish, we wouldn't want to take this out again. I think it's a 5 minute. Hold on, this is 5 minute rejection block. Yeah, this is it's also paired with the 5 minute rejection block. But I find myself doing better on the 1 minute. When I was trading on a 1 minute, I was doing better rather than on the 5 minute. But I'll switch around and see. We have a 5 minute rejection block. Low kid 13.12 12 point stop. And we can target all these highs up here. This high, this high, this high. Because you also have to pair with the higher time frame confluence. Is that we were bullish structurally, retracement here, and swept out this 0.79 level, 0.62, 0.79, 0.62 level, swept that out, and we continue higher. Alright, that's the video for today. Hopefully I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna let this eat me up, because I can't let that affect my mindset. Because I have to balance out everything, not just school. I mean, not just trading. I have to balance out school and everything. But this week was just like a rough week for me. It's like overall, but I'll come back. I believe in myself.